What brand do you use, Jeff? Jeff, what brand do you use? Hello, welcome to today's video. Now, as one of the more vocal members of the smartphone education committee in my country, I get asked a lot, what brand do you use, Jeff? Jeff, what brand do you use? I get those questions a lot, and usually, sometimes I really do not like to answer them, because most of the people who ask me these questions are usually trying to bait me. Yep, they're trying to bait me. They're trying to get words out of my mouth, because there is a thing called the brand wars, which is real, where people swear fealty and loyalty to a brand, and they leave their common sense at the door. It's a thing. You may agree with it or not, but lots of people are seriously biased towards a brand, and they call each other names. I think Android users call iPhone users iSheep, and iPhone users call Android users, well, cheap, so to speak, because well, they feel the Apple brand is a premium brand and therefore Android users are cheap. But whatever it is, the question should be not the brand you're using, but what do you want in a phone? That is what a lot of people are not willing to ask themselves. It's a very simple question. What do you want in a phone, and can a certain brand give that to you? I have always put this out straight, because no matter what position you take, as somebody who talks about phones a lot, who writes lectures, blogs, somebody is always going to feel offended that, well, you are maligning my brand, you are doing this, you're doing that. There's a certain group of people who are always, as soon as I write a post and post it, they're always sniffing around to see if I said anything bad concerning their brand. Whether it's actually true or not, they do not care. This is one of the reasons why I am always advocating for smartphone literacy. Not just how to use a smartphone, but the understanding behind the specs, how smartphones are built, how they work, and how you should be able to pick one over the other based on your needs and preferences. That's why it's very important. That's why you see people have an argument and say, well, in terms of performance, which phone is better than this? And you look at both processors, right? One is a Helio G95, for example, P95, for example. The other one is a Helio P35, for example. It beggars belief that somebody would see a P95 MediaTek and a P35 and would say, well, my brand has so and so stuff and this, and so therefore the P35 is better. I don't know if you're understanding, because I have to say this, because even somebody who I thought knew better, recently we almost had a quarrel on social media when he was like, Xiaomi representative, how far now, come and defend your brand? And I'm like, no. That's why I want to put this out. I don't know what the future brings, but as I'm sitting here and talking to you, I do not work for Xiaomi. I am neither representative. I hold no official capacity with the company. All I love is that they make good hardware for a fraction of the price that other people are selling the same hardware at. And that's the truth. Honestly, I am shooting this video on a Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 Pro. I bought it 112,000 September of 2020. Snapdragon 720G. It has a Samsung GW1 image sensor, 64 megapixel, with which I'm recording this video with right now. I'm recording in 4K, although depending on the resolution you're going to be watching it on YouTube, but I'm actually shooting this at 4K to compress to 2K and then upload. Samsung released the A52 with the exact same specs, Snapdragon 720G, a 64 megapixel camera with add-ons, and they sold it for over 1.5 the price of this very same one. So it's what I'm always advocating for. First of all, you should look at your pocket. It's very important. Look at your pocket, look at what you want, and then you make a choice. And sometimes some choices are no-brainers. It doesn't really mean that one is affiliated to a company or not. So it's why I'm always advocating for smartphone education. Unfortunately, I'm making a video about this. Lots of people are apathetic towards the smartphones that they hold so dear, the smartphones that they carry around, their personal companions. They are completely apathetic towards it, and yet they want to have an opinion that is not based on fact, but rather that is based on, well, how they feel towards a certain brand or how they feel towards another one. It's not about brands, people. I have never been about brands, and anybody who knows their onions will tell you it's not about brands. It's about who gives good technology for fair pricing. That's what it is, because the economy is tanked. The economy has gone to the dogs. And in this era that we are in, one has to be very wise with how they spend their money on certain necessities, because being as it is, a smartphone is now a necessity. And for you to make good use of that necessity, you need to be able to know your onions in the smartphone market. What specs do I want, and which brand is going to give me the best possible options at the most affordable prices? Not branding. If you follow the route of branding, you're going to hit a rock in the way. I'm sorry to say this, but it is true. Please, people, put brand affiliations aside. Yes, I know some brands have very good track records and you trust them and all that, but do not box yourself in. Don't put yourself into a box. No, be free. Personally, if I see a company that offers the same specs to price ratio better than the company's phone I'm using right now, I do not mind getting that one, because it's going to suit me. Because in the end of the day, the phone that you're going to be using is going to be all about me. It's going to be all about you. It's not going to be all about the brands. The brands are going to be cashing in one way or another. Their businesses, their own aim is to make profit. The choice, as they say, is yours. Thank you for listening to this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell. It helps the video. My name is Jeffrey once more, and I'm signing out.